Oh yeah, sorry, you can go on. I said record and people disappear. Sorry, I should have given a bit more of a heads up on that, but it's okay. People disappeared. So, friends in Zoom land, let me just explain what happened and why I'm holding cards with one of them sitting out. I was chatting about Kali and how we had had an extra week with her. We had her for 2 weeks. And oh my goodness. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pause recording for a moment. So, as I was talking about the ways of meeting up with facing fears over the past week, and I was just shuffling, there was one card that made itself, it sort of poked itself out of the deck. And I thought, okay, well, that's the goddess who wants to show up. And but I hadn't hit record. So, and it is, I think, actually the first one that we had. It is tah'rah. Centering. So very interesting to move from fear, which is very discombobulating, excuse me, to tah'rah, who brings us back into that center. So let me bring her up. Find the image. This one's a good one. Let's see this. Oh, there she is. Okay. So I have her there. I'll read the poem and invite connection. It's time. So let's get some music going. Just start to focus on your breath. Okay. So give me 1 moment. There we go. So, focusing on dropping your breath deep into the center of your torso. Today we connect with Tara. Tara, who originated in India and whose name means star, is a major goddess in the Tibetan pantheon. She is known to help those who call upon her in tumultuous times of need, to steer a clear path, to find the stillness and strength within. She is also the goddess of self-mastery and mysticism. From the first tear of compassion, a lake was formed. From the middle of the lake, a lotus emerged. When it bloomed, Tara emerged. Although offered reincarnation in male form, she swore to be ever incarnated as a woman. And her poem, I sit with my attention focused on my breath, breathing in and out, inhaling and exhaling, taking in and letting go. The dance of creation, the dance of the universe, the dance of life, I sit in stillness, in focused awareness, breathing in and out as the ocean that is life churns and pulses around me, as oceans of incarnation swirl and twirl through me, beside me, all around me. My eyes see all, know all, and watch as I breathe, still, focused, aware, centered. And breathe into that center place as Tara breathes into that centering place. And to open yourself to the guidance of the goddess in this face. Allow yourself to journey or to dialogue, or to be open to insights. Just breathe through that. And find yourself back to center. start to bring your awareness once more back to your breath. Being aware of the flow of inhale and exhale, take some final moments with Tara. Be open to any final messages from Tara. And as you follow the flow of your breath, paying attention to the exhale and following the movement of the exhale as it brings you back into the world, into the place that you sit, the room that you are. Taking 3 deep centering breaths, feel yourself come more and more fully present in the here and now. When you're ready, open up your eyes. Just take a couple of breaths just to make sure that you're here, present. Excuse me. If you want, you can brush down the energy field from the top of the head, through the body, along the legs, and touch your feet, just to make sure you're grounded. So I'll just take a moment just to share a little bit of how I experienced Tara. I'm pretty sure she's the one that we started with. Pretty sure right at the very beginning. That would have been in February. So it's interesting how we've gone through like a lot of shadow and coming out with some wisdom, and then back into shadow and coming back to Tara. And I felt very much that was sort of the flow of how I was experiencing her in meditation. I was thinking a lot, actually, sort of before I think I started the recording, when I was talking about sitting with Kali over the past couple of weeks and being particularly aware of Kali on Friday at Alton Towers, going on all the roller coasters and being aware of the fear, and then how do you meet that fear, and or listen to it, or heed it, or move through it. And so there was a lot of that, but there was also a Tara moment, and at one point when we were walking along, there's these beautiful lakes, and they were all covered in lilies. They didn't have any flowers out, or little lotuses. They'll be out later on in the summer. But we passed a little girl who was sitting cross-legged right at the grass at the very, very edge of the lake. And right beside her was a duck, mallard, sitting, both of them quietly just sitting there, just gazing out at the lake. And I stopped. I did take a picture from behind, and in truth, as they were sitting there, there was a goose that swam up, and it came right up to them, and she put her hand out, and the goose kind of touched its beak to her hand, and then swam on. And it was just so still and beautiful. It was like there was all of this amusement park going on around her, and it was just her sitting there with the duck. And it felt very tah'rah. And I felt this resonance with that energy. And what came to me in the meditation was how the centering, when we move into the waters, the turbulent waters, and I know I've been talking about this an awful lot lately, but it's like those waters are the fears, and those shame messages, and the upheaval that comes from that, and the dissembling that comes from that, and the faces we feel we have to show that change, and when we can move out of those waters and just come into the centering, there's no pretense, there are no faces, there's no shame, it's kind of like a duck. The duck is the duck. It is what it is, and life just shows up as it is, and just the peace that can come from just allowing things to be as they are, not needing them to be a particular way, and not being buffeted by them. So that was my sense of tah'rah. I did have a sense of, things in life that have come and gone, and what is the part of self that just sort of holds the center of that course. So, I wish you tah'rah blessings to take with you. You know what? Also going to be for 2 weeks. Is it? Because I'm in Dublin. And I am coming back on Monday, but I'm not sure if I will be here in time. So, well, you know what? We had 2 weeks of fear. We can have 2 weeks of centering. That seems like a good balance. So, for everyone out in Zoomland, thank you for sharing this space, and we will see you in 2 weeks.